So
We
let's
got main event.
transition. Let's transition to Backlash from that.
Yeah.
Because do
So
you think Jay? Are they? Or do you think they're fighting at Backlash?
I think it is at Backlash. I think that's like
You think that's the
maybe.
plan?
I'm pretty sure they said it, but
Oh, I didn't see them say it.
I'm not 100% sure. I could be wrong.
I know that Cody versus whoever is going to be happening at Backlash. I know
Yeah, and that'll probably be Cody versus AJ, which
Yeah.
that'll be a banger. We've never gotten that match, have we?
That's
No, I think AJ debuted
no,
in
because
WWE.
AJ debuted the same year Cody got released.
Yeah, literally. So it's, and they are one. Cody said it on SmackDown. They are two of only 4 people to hold both the NWA World Title and the WWE.
Dude, that feud.
So,
I hope they let that feud cook and just let it go on. Like I hope it's not
dude,
a one
like
and
that's
done.
that's the biggest thing, dude. That's one of the best parts about Cody finishing this story is now like. So like it just opens the door of all these feuds that we can finally get with fucking Cody, dude. Like Cody versus AJ, like the Cody versus Randy feud, has to come, and that's gonna be electric. Like there's so many great feuds that we can get. It's truly, yeah. The list can go on and on. Cody and Gunther, and then so for Backlash. Let's get back into that. So I'd say I'm pretty sure that Damian versus Jay is going to be a Backlash, but maybe I'm wrong.
But
if it's not a Backlash, I would say Damian doesn't defend at Backlash then.
that's my thing, because I feel like they've done that before where it's like they have a number 1 contendership match, and then like within the next week or two they have the championship match.
Yeah, no, 100. I could totally see them having it on Raw.
Because like I don't think they're gonna do it at Backlash.
Yeah.
Because I think they would have said it because they said it for the WWE title, and like I don't think they're gonna do both titles, on Backlash, both the men's world titles at
That
Backlash.
makes sense.
And then you can just have Jay lose, and then you can sort of kick off the Bloodline story.
Yeah, so what other matches do you think we're going to get at Backlash based on the direction we're going? I think Monday Night Raw is tonight. That'll obviously give us a lot more direction. But what do you think?
I would say, so assuming Sammy retained on Raw, which we're recording this prior to Raw, he's defending against Gable, which is going to be a goddamn banger. I would put my money on Sammy versus Ludwig Kaiser at Backlash. I think that would be super sick. I think Ludwig's going to go after the IC title.
I can definitely see that.
Because I think Gunther is going to be like, one of you two need to go after that. I'm going after the WWE or the World Heavyweight Championship. I think that match, I feel pretty confident about that. I don't think they're going to have the U.S. title on the line.
Yeah, I feel like Logan's not going to be on it.
Especially with them having SummerSlam in Cleveland, I think they're going to start to build stuff for that. I feel like we're going to get one of the tag titles defended.
I think we might get Awesome Truth versus a new form of the Judgment Day, like Finn and JD potentially.
That makes a lot of sense too, and it's also tough because
and I kind of think they're probably going to win.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like Awesome Truth is going to hold the titles for long.
Well, it also kind of just is so... I just want everyone in Judgment Day except for Dom to have a title. I think that would be really funny.
Yeah.
Like, everyone holds up their titles and Dom's just like...
and that could also start to like build the pressure toward Dom to kind of build him up more, because it's like, we all have titles, you need to get a title or you're out of the Judgment Day, kind of like that sort of thing. So then that can also kickstart him actually winning matches, which does not happen ever, because they're gonna have to eventually have him win matches. So I think
what are your thoughts on... I was gonna say, so I don't know if you saw on SmackDown, but they said it wasn't Santa, it wasn't Legado, and it wasn't Dom who attacked Dragon Lee or something. So they were like, who was it then? feels like it's probably Carlito.
Yeah.
So do you think we get a match with that potentially at Backlash? Something in there? Maybe Carlito versus Ray.
I think that would probably be my bet.
Which would be cool. I'm down for putting that on a pay-per-view, dude.
Yeah,
and
dude.
Carlito has not been properly like serviced.
He's done nothing.
He's literally done nothing since he came back. So let's put Carlito to work because he's awesome.
Yeah, and he can easily still wrestle. So
dude,
yeah,
he's probably in better shape than he's ever been.
Yeah, agreed.
Might not be as fast, but he is bigger than he's ever been. Like bigger. He's definitely bigger,
stronger,
for sure. So. Carlito versus Ray would be a bit of a banger, where maybe we get Santos and Carlito versus Ray, or Carlito versus Andrade, maybe.
Nah,
you don't think so? Okay.
I think if they're going to do something still with those groups, it's going to be Ray versus Carlito.
Okay, I could see that for sure.
Because like Carlito versus Andrade could happen on like SmackDown.
You know but they could tear the house down. I think, bro.
They could. Well, what I'm excited for is Dragon Lee.
I think people are starting to forget how insanely good Andrade is in the ring.
He's so good.
Like,
dude, that's why I want him to wrestle Dragon Lee. You talk about a banger. Those two would tear it down.
Like, I think people are true. Like, maybe not. I think there's a lot of people who don't know.
Yeah,
how good he is in the ring. Like, truly. Like,
and if you want to know. Watch him in NXT.
Dude, his match with Gargano is probably the best match in NXT history.
Oh, yeah.
If not one of them.
It's easily a top three. Like, ask anybody.
Top 3, easy. Honestly, a lot of lists have it at 1, I would probably say. Just as far as, like, bell to bell, like, there was definitely a little bit more, like, compelling stories on NXT, like, with some, like, Gargano versus Ciampa matches and stuff. But that match was awesome.
And Gargano also said that was like one of his favorite matches that he's had recently with CVV during an interview. So, man, I'm trying to think of what other matches. How many? You probably think they do 6 matches?
You think they put A-Town Down Under on the...
I think they'd only do one set of the tag titles.
So, do you think Rhea defends? I think probably not.
I agree. I think they're gonna have Bayley defend.
Yeah, I think Bayley might. Who do you think? I think
a
Bayley Io rematch isn't a bad call.
It's not a bad call given the time of Backlash because it's like a week after the draft.
Yeah.
So that's where it's kind of like it's tough to sit here and decide because like you were going to have the draft before Backlash, so then things can easily get shaken up, and then like a week later, because I think they're gonna swap world titles.
I think they're gonna swap both sets. Yeah, I think all of Judgment Day is gonna go to SmackDown.
Yeah, I think Priest goes to SmackDown. I just think they want Cody on Raw.
So do I. I think that's simple as that, and I don't think they want to. And I think Judgment Day gets drafted like as one, probably just like all 5 members.
Yeah, as like a faction.
Yeah, like, and they'll probably, which is kind of nuts. But, like, also, if you think about it, and it just goes, like, so if they draft it, like, Cody is the first overall pick to Raw, and then, like, Nick Aldis is like, I pick the Judgment Day or something, and he's like, no, you got all of them, no! And then... And then immediately probably picks Bayley.
What I could also see them doing is doing everybody except Dom.
Ooh.
Because that would be fun.
Or they draft him. Yeah, they draft him like... Yeah, that is interesting. I do agree with you. I do think they swap world titles, though. I think they want Cody on Raw. And I think... go let the Judgment Day take over SmackDown a little bit. I would like to see that.
Take over SmackDown.
The SmackDown Women's Division, I think, would be really cool with Rhea Ripley over there. It would be a nice little refresher for her. Give her a lot of fresh new opponents. She could use it. Like, honestly, now that I'm really thinking about it, I'm gonna kind of be shocked because if you think about it, it's like Rhea Rhea needs new opponents, dude. Like she ran through
the division.
Like, so she needs to go to SmackDown. I can also see one thing I was gonna say was, for Backlash is potentially Bayley versus Dakota.
That would be sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of does feel like we're gonna get some sort of Bayley versus Damage Control member.
Yeah, I think my money's on an EO rematch, but I wouldn't be surprised if you get a Dakota match, because I think that would be really cool.
Yeah, especially because I think like Dakota's kind of like now the leader.
Yeah, that's what it kind of looks like. So it's like
feels like it.
And she's the only one that speaks fluent English, so I think that is probably a big part of it. But so I'm trying to think of how many matches do you think they have?
6.
6?
Yeah,
I think 6 is the call. So let's say
Cody versus. But if they have like a big stipulation, they'll do 5.
I think that's fair. Cody versus AJ. Maybe they do maybe they do Bayley versus Io with a stipulation. I could see that.
Yeah.
And then
or maybe they do
and like Jade, Naomi, and whatever come out to help her, and it's like a final kind of puts the nail in that coffin of that story.
I could see them doing a 4-on-4 Damage Control versus Naomi, Jade, Bianca, Bayley.
I just think if they're gonna do that, then you might as well just do a title match with, like, and put a stipulation in there, and then just have everybody get involved. Does that make sense? Just because I think that that's a little more like puts a little more oomph behind it, and it's like, I think a Bayley Io rematch.
That feels honestly like a SmackDown match, though, right? Like the 4-on-4.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't feel like maybe like after Bayley beats Io for a second time.
Yeah,
I don't know. But it's also like, do you think? Ooh, bro. You know what's honestly probably gonna happen? They're probably gonna do the Kabuki Warriors versus Bianca and Jade for the tag titles. Because I don't know if you saw, but it seems like seems like that might be the direction they're going with Bianca and Jade. It seems like they might be trying to make them a proper tag team.
Really?
Because I don't know if did you see them on SmackDown?
No, I didn't see.
Okay, so Chelsea and Piper went up to like Nick Aldis, and Chelsea was like, I asked for a match and you put me up against Jade Cargill. What the hell? And then Piper was like, yeah, put us in a tag match tonight. And then they were like, all right. And then the tag match was against Jade and Bianca. But they were wearing matching gear. Like color scheme at least was matching. And they were like, I don't know, just the way they were doing it and talking about it. Like Michael Cole was like, the women's tag team division has been put on notice with these two women teaming up, or like something like that. You know what I mean? And then like, I saw like WWE tweeted like, what would you name this tag team or something? And it was like Jade and Bianca. And then I also saw Jade say, she tweeted like, I debuted at WrestleMania this past weekend, and now I'm tag teaming with Bianca Belair. Like, life couldn't get any better, or something. So but to be honest, I'm like, dude, that would be. It's not like they got to be a tag team forever. Make that a nice little power team for a while. Add that to their resume, dude. Like, add that to their resume. Have them break up. Nice feud between them. Cut down the line. Get back together. Like, I'm for it, honestly. And if I'll tell you one thing above anything else, man. The women's division is getting a little stacked. Bianca doesn't need to be in that world title picture anytime soon, as of right now. She'll get back to it, but she doesn't need it, like, as of right now. Like, she literally ran that game for 3 straight years. Like, so this alone, people should be excited about, because it shows they're putting thought into the women's tag team division by making that tag team. Like, you can't, like, those women need TV time.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, they're going to be on TV. So if they're a tag team, they're going to be on TV, which means a women's tag team is going to be on TV regularly, which means it's good for the division. Like, so I'm for it, to be honest.
Yeah. So, initially I wasn't for it.
No, I agreed. But once I thought about it for a sec.
Once you think about it,
you
get a little excited with Jade and Bianca tearing up the division, and then that's how you get and jumpstart their feud, and that would give a jolt to the women's tag titles as well, because like you said, they're going to be on TV every week, and you talk about a powerhouse of a tag team. I mean, they're just going to run through everybody. It's going to be awesome.
Not to be that guy, but it's it feels like the women's tag division, if they're not going to get rid of it, then it needs a fresh, we're taking it seriously.
Yeah.
And I think putting it on Bianca and Jade after maybe not even the first time they face them, but it feels a little bit.
Yeah, but you can't have them lose.
Yeah, you can't have them lose now that I think about it. But just give us a nice little proper build. Don't just throw it on us. You know what I mean?
Just do some singles matches.
Hopefully over the next few weeks, because it feels like they might do that at Backlash, honestly.
That would be cool.
Yeah. So that could happen. Do you think Sammy is on Backlash?
Yeah. Sammy
versus
you said
Ludwig. So do you think
What's
Ludwig
that,
maybe do you think Ludwig? Yeah, that's 4. Think Bailey versus Io. We said that though, right?
Yeah.
Awesome Truth versus Judgment Day. I really think Awesome Truth versus Finn and JD is happening.
I think
they're transitioning into to Finn and JD being the tag team in the Judgment Day.
It makes sense.
Yeah, they've known each other for so long.
It makes the most sense. I think
and Finn brought him in.
Exactly. And I think they're having at least one of the tag titles defended for the men. I would agree with your prediction on that.
I think it's Awesome Truth to go. Sadly losing it to Judgment Day, but it's probably the right call.
Do you think The Miz turns on R-Truth?
No. I don't know. I kind of feel like we might be in a babyface era of The Miz.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know. Dude. In a weird way, just because I'm I don't know. I don't see them turning, but maybe. But it's why? To then have a Miz versus R-Truth feud? No one's begging to have that.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely hear you. I think you would be more of you do that not to get the Miz and R-Truth feud because they're not. I don't think they would have a feud. I think you get that just to get the Miz heel turn.
No, I hear you. It might.
I just want the Miz heel. That's all. That's basically what I'm trying to get across.
Got you.
And I just I want 2016 Miz back. I'm tired of this massive balls situation. As funny as it is, I'm tired of it. I want Miz coming out wearing a suit and tie. I want the ultimate A-lister. I want 2016 Miz back. You know what I mean?
I hear you, man.
So, actually what I forgot, you think Sheamus is on the card?
Ooh.
I feel like he's gotta be. Right? He's making his return, or he made his return?
No, he's returning
on
tonight.
Raw? Yeah, no, but for the Watcher, he made his return.
Correct. You can't return him as a heel, can you?
Nah.
I was going to say you can have him go after Sammy. Which is interesting.
It's tough.
It is tough.
I'm sure it gets cleared up on Raw about what his goal is, but
I'm just trying to think of other people who they would want on the card. You know what I mean? Because it feels like Seth is probably taking some time off.
Yeah.
I also think he's injured.
Probably. I feel like he's been
I
injured for like years.
yeah, like, but no, like I think he got injured at Mania, dude. I don't know. The vibe I got was that he was injured.
You think
like when
the
he
knee
came
injury
out,
is real?
I think it's partially. I don't know, dude. Like the way
He's got to
he
be
just,
hurting.
yeah. I mean, like if not anything else, he deserves some time off just for a few months.